Board. All right, guys, welcome to our bi-weekly team Zoom. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy schedules and hopping on this. Something that I've really wanted to work on for us as a team is showing up and committing. And there was time where we were doing weekly team Zooms, and then we stopped them for a month. And what I noticed in that month where we, like $1 Million Moneymakers, stopped doing team Zooms, people stopped connecting. I feel like there was just some type of disconnect. Maybe like enrollments kind of went down. And it's just really important that when we are building a social media business that we are plugging in any way that we possibly can. It is so important because this is not like a job like going to McDonald's or Target or Hobby Lobby where you actually you physically have to report to work. You have to talk to your customers, your people that you work with and everything. It's really important that you choose to plug in, especially when you don't want to. So on Monday we had an amazing training and we were talking about KPIs, which is basically like a daily task list. There's one that was shared on our team page, but there's also one in your eSuite. And I never really I heard about KPIs actually like months ago. And I was just like, I already got like a system or whatever. But this is really good for anybody wanting to like really take their business to the next level or really have like high hopes of where they want to be, or they just you want to increase your paycheck. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. If you all want, you can take a screenshot of this, but this is on our team page. Where's it at? Okay, right? Yeah. Can y'all see this? Okay. Okay, so this is just a daily task list, and it just tells you like something that you should be doing every single day. So when I feel like I'm not getting a lot of enrollments, I can't really, if I'm not writing down everything that I'm doing daily or checking something off or writing it down, it's going to be really hard for me to figure out the problem area. I've had a lot of people this month, especially, I've even thought it myself. Okay, so I don't want you to think that you're the odd man out or something like that, or there's something wrong with you or your business, or it's just not meant for you. I want you to, that's just a big bunch of crap. That's a big bunch of crap that you're telling yourself. If you're telling yourself that this business isn't for you, it's not for somebody like you, you're believing a lie and you're just feeding into fear to stop you from where you want to go. And it helps you feel good short term until you really want to go somewhere, and then you just keep believing this lie. I've been like on a journey this past week of really just like feel like understanding why I'm not where I want to be, why I feel so odd this month, and a lot of it is just feeding into fear because it just makes me feel good. So whether it's this, you print it out, you write it out, whatever helps you, that's all you need. Like, that's what you should focus on. But like for this, it has like 10 things that you're going to do daily. And really you could add a couple more things to it. But like, it's like share yourself using or making a product, AKA that means that you all should be using these products. This is not a business where, you're just like dabbling in like starting a business and seeing if it works out for you. Like if you told me, Rachel, I really want to make $500 a month, I want to make $300 a month. Actually, screw that. I want to make $2,000 a month. But you're not even using any of the products. You're not showing up. You're not doing your business. You're not doing anything, and you're not using the products. I want you to know, I want you to see like a disconnect. How do you think you're going to get from point A to point B? How do you think you're going to go from, just starting out, you don't have a paycheck because we make money signing up customers and distributors, to point B where you're starting to work towards your goals? You need to be using the products that you're talking about, because when people come back and say these don't work, the business doesn't work, whatever excuse, because we've all heard them or you're going to continue to hear them, you need to know that you're using the product and you have faith, and you have faith in this business, because this is a legit business. So number one, sharing yourself using or making the products. So like on Instagram stories, or you could do a Facebook Live, and then do a poll option. Number two is post about your personal story, your past, your present, your future, your blessings. And just talk about that. Every single one of us has a story. And like, I hate saying this, but like every single one of us has a story. It sounds like a broken record because I've heard it so much, but like, you started this business for a reason, even if it was for $50, even if it was for friends, or to be able to get a full tank of gas, or just to be able to go out to eat with your spouse or your friends, like once a week. That there's a reason for that. It doesn't have to be this, I was homeless, I had this, and like, it doesn't have to be something huge and dramatic. It doesn't have to be that. 3, go to your Facebook friends list, pick 25 people, sort from newest to oldest, and go like and comment on their pages. So go like and comment on a couple of their statuses, because if you're not getting any likes or comments on your post, more than likely you're just posting about it works, or you're just doing all before and afters, or it could just be your engagement's down. And what we know, if we want to receive love, we have to give love. So if you want people to come to your page and to know like, oh, well, who's this Rachel Johnson chick that's like, commenting on my stuff, when most of the time when you like and comment on somebody's stuff, like, oh my gosh, your daughter's so cute, like, where do you get your hair done at, like, oh, hey, like, where is this destination place that you're at, like, it looks really cool, like, what resort is it? Asking those questions. People, like, if I see people comment, I go to their profile, I'm like, well, who is this girl? She commented on my stuff. Like, it makes me interested. So that's going to build your interaction, and especially if you're not getting comments or anything, that could be a big, like, key thing. Instagram, if you have Instagram, click the people that you're following, do the same thing. And then learn something new about a product, or share somebody's corporate approved before pictures. You could do that. And I don't post too many before and afters over and over and over on my profile, but I do it on my stories and my Facebook stories. So it's really important. It's like Snapchat. It goes away with like every 24 hours. Number 6, message 10 people about the customer option. So when you're doing host to post and you're getting people to make a status for you, your host posts are not always going to blow up. Some are going to get absolutely nothing. And some are going to blow up. So those are the people that you're going to be talking to. So you want to have like 10 conversations about talking about being a customer. When it comes to like 20 people about the opportunity, I mean, like, if you really think somebody's going to be great at this business, then, just message them like, hey, I don't know if anybody has like a message they send people like right off the bat. I normally don't do that now. I just do host to post because it's working. It's working very well. It's consistently working. The numbers are up. Enrollments are up if you're doing it consistently. But that's the thing, like, this business, it's all a constant thing. And, a lot of the time, I'm going to like stop screen sharing. A lot of the time, it's the reason why we're not getting the results that we want is just because we're not being consistent. Because this business, like, we live in a fast food society where we want things instantly. We live in a popcorn society where we want to punch something in for like a minute and a half or whatever. And we instantly want, our popcorn. We instantly want our food, but it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Like, this is something you have to be consistent with. Like, there's no shortcuts in being successful. There's no shortcuts in making extra money. You can get the job that you want at Target, but you're not going to get the job. You're not going to get paid from the job if you're not showing up and actually doing the work. And then number 8 is add a minimum of 25 new friends on Instagram and Facebook. So when you're doing host to post and people are commenting, I personally only add females. That's just personal preference. Every time somebody's like, commenting on your stuff, like, you can add them or say, hey, friend request me and message me info so we can connect. Or if they're making a status for you, like, even if you don't say that, like, they're like, oh crap, I can't tag you, will you add me? And I don't even have to ask them. I'm just like, oh sure, let me just respond to your friend request. It's just like very, very easy to do that. Number 9, 30 minutes or more of self-development. We have to work on our mind. Our mind is very, very powerful. And if we're not working on what we're thinking, if you speak if you speak negativity to your friends, your family, your sideline sisters, your downline, and I'm not talking about having real honest conversations about problems that you're facing, but I'm just talking about you're just being straight negative because you're not getting what you want, you're going to produce a lot of negativity, and you're going to hinder yourself from being able to go where you want to go and have what you want to have. And then number 10 is getting 10 host to post up. So doing, hey, I'm partnering with Rachel. So at the end of this month, we're doing a $1,000 cash giveaway and a MacBook Air or something at the end of this month. So that's 2, you do 2 of those a day, and then do like 4 or do 8 product, or maybe like do 6 product posts and 2 opportunities. But what I've been really doing is just doing product and partnering up. Anybody that's hosted a post for me, I'm instantly asking them about the business, or if you have samples to sell, you could be asking them about the samples. So, and then if you want to add something to it, you could do like, I want to follow up every day with the previous people I talked to. And then the other thing is like, this daily task sheet is very awesome, but enrollments need to be on here somewhere. Like, you need to have the mindset, like, instead of like, I'm just getting 10 host posts a day, I'm setting the intention that I'm going to sign up customers. I'm going to sign up customers and distributors. So Santana asked, what do you all do for self-development? Whoever's doing self-development, which I hope it's all of you all, or if not, you're going to get, answers from this, drop it below, like what you listen to. Is it YouTube? Is it Audible? Is it a certain book? So for me, I got on Cheyenne Knox's YouTube channel. And she talked about like the KPIs that we went over on Monday. And I listened to that actually before the Zoom on Monday because I didn't know that's what the Zoom was going to be over. But right now, like I'm reading the book called Do It Afraid. Because I've just been going through a lot of stuff lately and not really realizing what I'm doing. Why stuff's not happening for me. And a lot of it is just because I'm afraid. And I'm labeling it as laziness. I'm labeling it as a lot of things. So who do you all listen to on podcast or YouTube? But yeah, for me, it's for sure, it's like Cheyenne Knox, it's Jade Hooper, and then it's just sermons for me. If there's a time where I'm like struggling with distributor or customer, that I'm getting on, again, probably like Cheyenne or somebody's, and like talking about like how to do life post, how to sign distributors, how to sign customers, because I know that I need to work on that. So I'm going to like shine so much light on it to help me. Do you all get people who call this a pyramid scheme? Yes. And I love this question because nobody helped me with this when I first started. So when I started, everybody called this a pyramid scheme. I actually still have people that call it a pyramid scheme. So pyramid schemes are illegal. They are based solely off of referrals. So that means like if you sign somebody up, you get $5, and then they sign somebody up, then you get $2. And then, so it's based off of referrals. If they have no referrals, that pyramid scheme, whatever you want to call it, it dies. We're not based off of referrals. Now, granted, we get bonuses for helping people earn their shopping spree and building their paycheck, but we have products with independent value. We've been in business since 2001. We're debt-free. We've been in the Inc. 500. So when people say that, I try not to take it to heart because this is my perspective on it. And if somebody else has a different perspective, you all can share it. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But it's not my opinion. It's not my job to change their opinion. And more than likely, they just kind of want to argue. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, like thanks for your time. Have a good day. And I drop it because like they kind of want an argument most of the time. Some people are like, well, can you explain? And if they're really not trying to like argue, then I'm like, yeah, they're based solely off of referrals. They have products with no independent value, AKA like you can buy like a little CD-ROM, but you can't send it back. There's no independent value. You're not going to get anything from it. We have over 50 botanically based products. So like, I just kind of like just refer it like that. Cause I mean, it is kind of hard. Cause like when you feel like people are taking jabs at your business, it kind of like hurts your confidence. But I just learned that most of the time when people are just angry or they say stuff like that, it's really that they're just uneducated on the matter of what the business is. This is multi-level marketing. Back like when our parents were, younger, there were a lot of pyramid schemes. There were a lot of like dishonest things that were happening, but we would not be around and I would not be paying taxes every year for the past 6 years if we were illegal. So that's just kind of how I explain it. Okay, we got Rachel Hollis, Jay Shetty, Pam Sauer, Mel Robbins, Ed Milet. Ed Milet's my dude. Dave Ramsey, he's amazing. Yes, and for me, it's like Joyce Meyer. Joyce Meyer, Elevation Worship. Yeah, I'm on the Joyce kick right now. But is there any other questions or anything else anybody like wants to touch on? Or I just want to see every single one of you all succeed. But I want you to know that like your business is your responsibility. As much as I love to like pass the baton off to somebody or blame it, because I love doing the blame game, our business, we're all 18 years or older. And even if you're doing something and you don't know how to do it, and this is directed at everybody, myself included, because I need a reality check too. Half the time just so you all know, like if I'm talking to myself because I need to check myself. Because it's just, we just need to check ourselves. We need to get sideline sisters. We need to get friends that are going to check ourselves, that are in the business. Like, hey, dude, like you're not showing up. Like, what's going on? But I want every single one of you all to succeed. I want you all to do good. And whether that success to you is $50 a month, $300 a month, replacing your full-time income, paying all your debt off, it could be anything. It could be them going to the moon, whatever. Okay? But yes, Amanda, we could check you, but you got to check me too. Because I need it. Because sometimes we don't want to like offend somebody, and there's a right and wrong way to go around things. But sometimes like we need to like check people. Like, hey, dude, like I don't see you on these Zooms. You say you're trying to go diamond, but like, where are you at? oh, something going on in life. Okay. Like, I'll pray for you. Like, what can I do? Like be able to like do that. But, we have to show up. This is a constant, consistent thing that's going to be required of us to get to where we want to go. And I want to read something to you all that I'm reading in my Do It Afraid book. And the chapter is called I Feel Afraid. And I feel like nobody's explained it to me like this. I'm not going to read you the whole chapter. I'm just going to read the highlights that I highlighted today. And it says, understanding how unstable feelings are has helped me learn not to depend on them so much. When people understand the importance of making commitments and keeping their word, they will move past their feelings and take action anyways. And like for the past week, like, I've just been not really working my business as much as I need to, because I really needed to spend time like and reconnect with God, because I was just like losing my everlasting like mind to where I couldn't focus on anything, which is why most of you all did not get text back. Because like I needed that. But I know like that does not set the tone for me being a failure or closing out the year as a failure. You could do that. And I felt that way. I was like, how am I going to do this? Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. You're only behind if you say you're behind. And if you're saying you're behind, you're just trying to make yourself feel better about not moving forward. You want to focus on the feeling. Don't focus on the feelings. So we need to stop asking ourselves how we feel about what we know we should be doing. If we don't stop consulting our feelings, we will not finish many things in life. And it says, if you don't know how to switch gears from excitement to commitment, we will bounce around from one thing to another all of our lives and not finish much of anything. There is joy, but joy is different than emotional excitement. Emotional excitement gives us an actual energy, but we eventually have to learn to live by determination to finish what God has given us to do and to trust Him for the energy needed to perform the task. There's nothing evil about excitement. If we feel it, we should enjoy it, but we also must learn not to depend on it because it comes and goes. And, what Amy Spence said on the video, she was just like, this is a job. Jobs aren't fun. I mean, you have times where it is fun, like going to conferences, being on Zooms and, being around positive people, like that's fun. But when it comes down to like work, like that's not fun. I mean, like, you need to switch your mindset to like, I get to do this. I'm excited to do this. I'm so excited to go and help people. But we have to know that like, if you don't wake up feeling excited and gun-ho about your business, well, the only way you're ever going to get excited is by stirring up the dust and getting stuff done. So it says, if you have lost your enthusiasm or excitement about something, don't simply give up. Don't give up simply for that reason. Before you quit anything, make sure God is telling you to do so. Even though He might ask you to do something different, He will give you the grace to do it. Our answer to anything He has asked us to do should always be yes. Courage that has said its prayers and gone forward to do what it was we were supposed to do. So, I mean, it's just a lot, just about mindset and doing stuff afraid. And I keep telling you all that because like fear runs the majority of my life. My feelings run the majority of my life. They run the majority of my life, and it's not fun and it sucks. And I mean, I've been in this business for 6 years, and I still have times where I feel down or where I'm just like beating myself up or where I don't feel like a good leader or I don't feel like I'm enrolling people really good. I love you. Drive safe. But you have to acknowledge what's holding you back and stop saying like, well, I'm just not dedicated. Well, I'm just not that type of person. Well, I'm just not. Well, why not? Aren't you tired of it? I'm tired of telling myself that I'm not a good leader. I'm tired of telling myself that, oh, I'm triple diamond. I've been sitting at triple diamond for over a year now. Oh, well, I'm just not a mass enroller. Like what we are is what we speak over ourselves. So we need to start acknowledging why you feel the way that you do. And majority of it, I feel like, stems from fear. And fear can be laziness. And fear can be like just not being disciplined. But I just want you all to think ahead to next year. Every single one of you all could go triple diamond and above by next year, by like February. Now, I tell you all that, and I'm not saying that it would just be a breeze and you're not going to have to work. No, you're going to have to work your butt off, and it's not going to be fun. But the long term, it's short-term sacrifice for a long-term goal. I'm getting all these no's. People are being rude to me. People are being mean to me, aka people in my hometown. They're just like ruthless when it comes to small businesses. It's just not fun. I mean, they've kind of like changed their tone a little bit because it's getting like a bigger town, but like it's not fun talking to them. But I'm doing it because I know that there's somebody that needs this opportunity like I did. I needed this. I needed this just as bad as I needed to be able to breathe. I just didn't even know it. And God brought this business into my life. And I firmly believe that. I've prayed over this team and our Sideline Sisters team countless times to know that like you all aren't in this business just because you felt like wasting some money. But 3 months from now, how much money do you want to be making? But just know like we get paid based off of our effort, like of our production, signing up customers, signing up distributors. So if you're not tracking your sheet, you're not getting host to post up, you're not messaging people, you're posting maybe once a week, I'm telling you that's why you're not getting the results that you want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I hope that just makes sense because like I'm not where I want to be, but I know I'm better than I used to be, but I'm not done yet. And like we're going to continue to excel forward. And like looking at goals and stuff, it's freaking scary. So I want you all to make huge goals, but at the minimum of the minimum, your steps to success. Being commission qualified, running your personal product order. Even though you don't have money, we don't have money. I never had money to eat out to eat, but I still ate out to eat. Even if it was the dollar menu, I didn't have that, but I still made that time. I still went to Charlotte Russe sometimes and put, some shoes on my credit card that I never wore that are still like in my parents' closet, but I needed them really bad because I wanted to feel good about a purchase. Okay, so I've been very busy. Other thing. I think I forget too much. So this KPI is going to be really good. So in your eSuite, your back office, documents, library, you can just search KPI, and it'll look a little different than this, but you can do that. Or if you go to a post I made on the $1 Million Moneymakers page, you can do this. And there are going to be days where you don't do 10 out of 10. Like, that's cool. That's fine. I mean, but you're going to like say, like, man, like, I don't know what's going on. My mindset sucks. Oh, well, I did, personal development one day out of 7. So you're kind of be able to see like, oh, so this is why. If we can shine light on the issue, find out, figure out, acknowledge the issue, we're going to be able to address it. It's not going to be, like easy, but we're going to be able to address it. You're going to be able to move forward. Okay, so there's a question. A lot of people believe there's going to be the devil, blah, blah, blah. Another way to understand, oh my God, you should leave or not. So like so I never really, like I knew God always existed, but when I came into this business, everybody talked about God and I was just kind of like, y'all are weird. So for you, like whatever you believe in, or if this is for somebody else, or like, or if this is a question for you, if somebody says God, whatever you believe in, but I will tell you the enemy, the devil, however you want to like, say it, will always try to scare you into not doing something that can completely change your life. And I firmly believe that. Whether that's just a higher power for you or it's like for me, I believe in God, I believe in the devil. But if you don't, like that's okay. So just whenever I say that, whatever you believe in, like replace it with that. But I will say there is enemy and there's darkness and there's bad things out there that do not want us to do good in life. And I feel like I got a lot of like that blunt force. And I didn't know at the time, so I guess I can relate that back to when I started this business, when I was going to quit because everybody was being jerks and everybody told me I wasn't going to make money, and I wasn't making money, and I was spending more money than I was making. But if we're being honest, I really wasn't working this business, but I thought I was working like, like grade A, top leader material. Like I thought I was doing everything, and I was just scared. I had no confidence. I had no time. I was working 3 jobs, 6 to 7 days a week. I was going to cosmetology school, minimum of 20 hours. I was trying to, I lived with my boyfriend, who was now my fiance at the time, and I never saw him. I never saw my family, who was 40 minutes away. And if I did, I was home for a few hours, and it just sucked. And I almost quit this business. But then I gave myself an ultimatum. I said, you know what? You thought about this business for a long time, Rachel. And you finally told yourself you're going to think about it or you're going to bounce. You're going to stop thinking about it. But what if? Like, what's the worst case scenario in you doing this business? and giving it 100% effort. But there were times where I wanted to quit, where I didn't believe in myself. I was like, well, how can somebody like me? I've always been that person that said, man, that's really great for that person doing good. Well, I don't look like you. Well, I don't have your story. Oh, well, I don't have this. I don't have that. But I do believe that the enemy will do everything he can to still kill and destroy everything that can make a different path for our family's future. Because if I didn't go forward with this business, I'd still be working 3 jobs, wondering and just really believing that the cards that I had been dealt were something I was going to have to live with the rest of my life. And I just don't believe that that's true. And that's why, like, when I read that part, it's just like feelings are rational, feelings are real, but we also have to change like our intention and how we feel about something in order to move forward from it. Because as soon as I started this business and I clicked the button to start, or like I clicked join, I got the confirmation screen. The internet went out at my boyfriend's house, and I was like, this is a sign. I wasn't supposed to do it. Oh my gosh, what have I done? And I'm like, I freaked out. I was looking for all the signs that told me not to do it. And in all reality, the internet just sucked. And the people that told me it didn't work, it's just that was them putting their self-limiting beliefs on me, or maybe their past experiences on me. So I don't know if that really like answers your question, but I hope it does. But we're all meant for something more than just to settle. And I believe that we can make lasting impacts on people with this business. So, yeah. You are welcome. But I don't know, but it was always weird for me to talk about. It was always really weird when people would talk about God and stuff. But yeah, if you ever have questions about that, I mean, you can just let me know. But just know that, guys, this is a business. Regardless of your background, we are going to have to be consistent. We're going to have to show up when our team's not showing up, or maybe you don't have team under you yet, or when you haven't done it. But you just have to have that. You have to have that want. You can't say you want to sign customers and then just say, like, I can't sign any customers. Like, it's just crazy to me. I can't wait to sign my customers. Like, nobody's signing up as customers. Nobody wants to do it. Like, it was the hardest thing for me to do, to switch my intention, to be more positive, to be more, like, proactive in taking charge of my life. The hardest thing to do, because I felt like the most fakest person in the world. Because if you want to succeed, if you want to hit goals, if you want to sign customers, distributors, I want you to start stepping into that role of, what does a person look like that does that? It's probably like a lot of these, doing these action steps that lead up to signing customers, to lead up to signing distributors, to lead up to promoting. Most of my customers have been people that I don't even know. Yeah. Now, I mean, I have some people like from my small town that I know, but other than that, these are people from Texas and Ohio and Georgia and people in Kentucky. But, like, Kentucky is pretty freaking big, like people that live in Louisville. And I'm like, man, I don't even know who you are. And that's just like the best thing about this, is that you will never run out of people to talk to. So let's say you have 5,000 friends or 1,000 friends on social media that just, they don't agree with what you're doing. You're going to be able to do host posts as working behind the scenes, and you're going to be able to grow your network exponentially that you're never going to run out of people to talk to. So walking away from this, download this, print it out. If you don't have a printer, don't stress. Just get a piece of scratch paper, write it out. But I like to check things off, but just know, like, the ultimate goal to this is not busy work. This is going to help lead to signing customers. So say I am a distributor and customer signing machine. People want this. And if you really want to do that, go YouTube, how to sign customers, how to sign distributors. Jade Hooper, Cheyenne Knox, Rachel Jones. 3 amazing people that you all can go and look at. It'll definitely help you get out of your shell. I have no doubt in my mind, because I never would have done this before. Zooms, stuff like, no. And that's the best thing, because I still get social anxiety. If you and I met face to face, actually, if I met any of you all face to face that I don't normally like see or talk to, it would be just so awkward. Like, hello, this is awkward. All right, let's get past the awkward stage so we can go. You just have to keep going. You have to start beating that down. What were you saying, Allison? It was like, it's the picture of the miner. Like it's
It's like I mean, I see it all over Facebook and stuff, but it's two pictures of the same person, and there's two guys and they're underground and they're mining for diamonds, and one of them represents where they get this close away from hitting absolute jackpot and they just keep going even though it looks like they've went through this like treacherous battle to get there. And then the one underneath it is the person that gets there and he's this close and he realizes that, well, what was all this for? And he stops, and he literally stopped less than a foot away from hitting jackpot, but because he didn't keep going, he missed out on everything that he had in front of him. So where were you going with that?
Yeah, well, like, I know she said, like, I hope this job will help me, like, kind of get out of my shell because my social anxiety goes off. And I mean, I just believe that if we truly want to, like, make a change in our life, like, in order for you to beat down that social anxiety, I think it'll always be there at some part. But the more you work on it and you acknowledge the issue or the fear or something that you have, the more you're going to start chiseling it down. And you're going to have to acknowledge the new fears that pop up into your life in order to continue to move forward. Because one thing that I've learned, I say one thing I've learned a lot of things in this business, is that we all start here. Some people go like this and some people stay here. It's the people that are willing to do that self-development, willing to expand their mindset, that, like, oh, I never normally message people. Oh, I never normally do this. Well, that's the point. In order to be something, in order to have something we don't have, we have to be willing to do stuff that we don't want to do. And the things that make us uncomfortable, I used to see as such a bad thing, but they're not bad. That just means that, like, we want to grow, but how bad do you want to grow? Do you want to consult your feelings first? That'll always keep you exactly where you're at. Or do you want to say, like, but what if I just try? And if you try and you continue to chisel it down, you're going to feel better, because the issue is always going to come back. If you hide from something, it's going to come back and it's going to be bigger and bigger. And I'll tell you today, like, it was the first day that I started to get people to do host posts in a week, because I just had a mental breakdown on Tuesday because I just couldn't control my thoughts anymore. And it was just the worst feeling in the whole entire world. Like, I just didn't want to talk to anybody. And I just needed to just really, like, reset and reconnect with God. And so, like, Monday, I was like, Monday's going to be my day. I'm telling you, you have to make today the day that you do stuff. Because I was like, over the weekend, I'm like, Monday's going to be my fresh start, first day of the week. You know what? That was at the door. I didn't sleep good. Stuff happened. Life happened. Yesterday happened. I was like, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm like, you know what to do. You need a make a post about the giveaway. And if you all are new this month or last month, you all have the giveaway for free, the host a post giveaway for free. And I was like, you have people that have commented on this post, just message them. And it's so crazy that we will psych ourselves out when it comes to messaging people. So I started to message people back today, not when I was sitting down, not when everything was quiet, when I went on a walk. So don't say tomorrow's going to be the day. Make today the day where you do something to make yourself proud, because I want you to know I'm proud of every single one of you all. Number one, for showing up to this Zoom. You didn't have to. You could have, like, lied and said you had something else to do, or just, quite frankly, not given a crap. And you're here because you want to learn. You know that there's something you want to do. So don't downplay your efforts and let your feelings consume you. So I'm going to hop off on that note. If anybody else has anything to say, let me know. But I believe in every single one of you, and I really want you to think where you want to be in 3 months from now, because that's October, November, December. December 16th. Where you want to be, the income you want to have December 16th, in 3 months. 4 months is January 16th. 5 months is February 16th. Is going to directly be affected by what you start doing today, tonight, showing up for yourself. It's never going to get easier, but when you start to acknowledge the issues that you're having and you start to chisel away at them, it's going to get easier. Step into the person who you want to be, the person who's producing results, the person that's doing that. Even if it's never been you, you're stepping into a new you, whatever that might be. And I want you to know that I'm here for it, and I'm cheering you on. We're all cheering you on. And make sure that you all stay plugged in and stay connected. We have power hours at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know some of you all can't because you all work, like, crazy job schedules and stuff, but any other Zooms you can hop on, get on. Stay plugged into our team page. Check the team page for announcements daily. Just go there and click most recent activity to see if you've missed anything. And just stay connected. Make yourself stay connected. You all are going to be stepping into a new version of yourself that you don't even recognize. And that seems scary, but you're going to be so thankful and so proud of the person that you're becoming. So anyways, guys, I hope you all have a great night, and we will see you not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. Get your goals out and let's your sheets out, your sheets printed out, your charts out. We have half the month left, and let's get it. Bye, guys.